Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. I don't remember the words. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. This song made this movie famous, and all that glitters is gold. We'll be shooting stars. Just something that rhymes with stars. I opened this review in possibly the cringiest way possible, but I had a lot of fun singing that. Not gonna lie. Hello everyone, welcome to Home Media Reviews. This review is on Shrek. Every kid from the early 2000s favorite animated movie at one point, because they didn't want to be seen as the Disney kid. They liked Shrek because it was cool and edgy. Which makes sense. Shrek is a great movie. And all the kids that said that they liked it, you were correct, because it's actually really good. Was it ever my favorite? Not particularly. I liked it, but it never really registered on my radar that much when I was a kid. But now, as an adult, I can see the effect that it had on the pop culture zeitgeist. Let's move right into the history of Shrek. So based on the photo book of the same name, Shrek hit theaters on May 18th, 2001. This movie was a smash hit at the box office. I'm not sure how much it grossed, but I know it made a very sizable profit. It won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. This was the first year that the Oscars ever had a Best Animated Feature category, because forever to finally realize that animated movies were worthy of Oscars, and it was the first animated film to win that award. I don't think a lot of animated movies were nominated for that category. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember that Jimmy Neutron was nominated for that category because it was like one of the only other animated movies that came out in 2001. But Shrek is the better movie of those two, so it deserved to win. I do not remember if I saw this in theaters or not. I would have been, almost 2 years old when this movie came out. My parents probably weren't taking me to movie theaters at that point, which makes sense. Don't take your kids to theaters unless you know they can handle it, and 2-year-olds definitely cannot. I do remember my grandparents having the VHS of Shrek at their house, and I may have watched it over there. I don't remember, though. I always had Shrek 2 and Shrek the Third on DVD when I was a kid. Never had the first movie. Speaking of that, the VHS/DVD release of Shrek hit store shelves on November 2nd, 2001. Here's a fun fact for you. This released the same day Monsters, Inc. hit theaters. And here's another fun fact. This sold more copies than Phantom Menace on DVD in its first 3 days on the market. Shrek beat Star Wars on physical media. That's crazy. It would then be about 3 years before we'd see Shrek again, but on May 11th, 2004, we got a DVD. But not just any DVD, this one was in 3D. Yeah, it's that cheapo 3D that's like stereoscopic or something. There's a big word for it, but it has those cheap red and blue glasses. It doesn't look very good. I don't know why this was a thing. Shrek being in 3D was not like a huge selling point for that movie, I guess, but maybe because it was 3D animated, I don't know. In that very same year, 2004, on November 5th, we got Shrek, the Story So Far boxed set. This included Shrek, Shrek 3D, and Shrek 2. This is some shit that Fox pulled with the Deadpool movies a few years back. Do you remember that box set? It had Deadpool and Deadpool 2, and it was called The Complete Collection for Now. Like, that box set was parodying this. I am convinced of that. On November 13th, 2007, the Shrek Trilogy DVD box set hit store shelves. Shrek is really loving November for some reason. And I think that this next statement is self-explanatory, but somebody in the comment section is going to ask me, what was included in the Shrek Trilogy DVD box set? Shrek, Shrek 2, and Shrek the Third. Please don't ask me that. I will get very angry at you. Now, according to Blu-ray.com, Shrek was released on 3D Blu-ray on December 1st, 2010. And I think this was the first time Shrek was ever released on Blu-ray. I'm not too sure. Blu-ray.com wasn't really accurate with a lot of its dates. Or at least I'm suspecting that it wasn't. And according to the box art, this was like a Samsung 3D exclusive type deal. Apparently, this boxed set is worth like pretty big money on eBay. I've seen some people selling it for around 50 or 60 bucks, so that's kind of crazy to me. Then, literally a week later, on December 7th, 2010, the whole story boxed set came out on Blu-ray and also on DVD. So I guess this was the first time you could get Shrek on Blu-ray. It was in a boxed set. That totally makes sense. But you didn't have to wait too long, because on August 30th, 2011, a Shrek Blu-ray/DVD combo pack would hit store shelves. So if you missed that box set and you hated those sequels, you could just get the first movie on Blu-ray. Just by itself, the way God intended. Oh, we're coming back to November. November 1st, 2011 brought us the Shrek 3D/Blu-ray combo pack, which was a Best Buy exclusive. I think Shrek 2 and Shrek 3 also got 3D Blu-ray combo packs like these, and I'm assuming they were all Best Buy exclusives. Not really sure why these aren't steelbooks. Oh boy, another collection, but not in November, in October. October 6, 2015 brought us the DreamWorks 4-movie collection. This included Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, and Kung Fu Panda. Fun fact, 2 weeks ago I did the Toy Story quadrilogy for Home Media Reviews. I was actually considering the How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda trilogies for that. I'm glad I chose Toy Story, but these were in the running. Just a little behind the scenes information for you. On March 1st, 2016, a Shrek DVD reprint came out, but this time, hold your horses, guys, it included a digital copy. I am just as shocked as you are. You can pick up this relatively simplistic package with a digital copy in it. I mean, shut up and take my money. Then later that year, on June 7, 2016, we had a 4-movie collection, DVD/Blu-ray. But that's not all that came out that day. The Shrek Anniversary Edition DVD with a digital copy also came out that day. Why did they feel the need to reprint it again when they just reprinted it earlier on in the year, in March? I don't know. Oh boy, another reprint coming to us on February 1st, 2018. This is a Blu-ray/DVD combo pack. Not a digital copy here. It's included with the DVD, the standard DVD. This is just a Blu-ray and a DVD. But hey, new artwork, presumably? And then later on that year, they reprinted the DVD again on June 5th, 2018 with different poster art. And again, it's the stupid simplistic style of poster. I hate these. I hate these so much. It's just faces. There's nothing interesting about it. Pixar even did this with their movies. Why was Universal following in their footsteps? This poster sucks. Here's something that really doesn't make sense, okay? Shrek and Puss in Boots were included in a DVD 2-pack on June 12, 2018. Why? This is a week later after you just reprinted the DVD. Why would people want a mediocre spin-off film starring Puss in Boots along with this good first movie? Why? Do not worry, folks, because this next release is actually pretty cool. On October 15, 2019, Shrek The Ultimate Collection DVD/Blu-ray sets were released. This included all 4 Shrek films, the Puss in Boots spin-off, Shrek the Musical, 10 shorts, and 5 episodes of a TV series. What TV series? I don't know. I'm assuming the shorts are like those Shrek the Halls things that DreamWorks also made. I couldn't find a detailed rundown of everything that's in this Blu-ray/DVD set, But this is pretty cool, actually. That's a lot of content for Shrek fans. You even get that weird musical. I don't like that at all. On September 29th, 2020, the year we dare not speak of, the DreamWorks 10-movie Blu-ray collection came out. This included Shrek, Spirit, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, The Croods, Home, Trolls, The Boss Baby, and Abominable. Wow, the quality of those movies went down real quick. Although I haven't seen those last few movies, Home just looked absolutely terrible. Hope insists that The Croods is good. I don't know, I haven't had the courage to watch it just yet. Trolls, just absolutely not. The Boss Baby, no. And Abominable, Hope also says is good. I don't know, maybe I'll watch that one day. Finally, we reached the end of the history section on May 11th, 2021, the 20th anniversary 4K Blu-ray / DVD hit store shelves. The first time Shrek was ever available on 4K. This was a pretty cool release. It even had an extra disc in there for some bonus content, had a nice slipcover. This was cool. There was even an exclusive, a Best Buy Steelbook. So that wraps up your history section. Let's move right along to the close-up. Alrighty everyone, here's your close-up look at Shrek. We only have one copy to look at here. We have the 4K Ultra HD copy, the 20th anniversary version. So let's take a look at it here. Huge 4K logo. Universal always makes their 4K logos so much bigger than they have any right to be. And then down below that we have 4K plus Blu-ray plus digital code. Shrek, the 20th anniversary version. Bubble here saying that there is a bonus features disc that includes over 4 hours of fun, and then Shrek and Donkey just being best buds. This poster's pretty good. It's not the best. The theatrical poster I think's better. It has more color to it, but this one's fun. Spine, Ultra HD Blu-ray, Shrek. Shrek not from the front, but it's different. And then the DreamWorks logo. It's all colored in green. I kind of like that touch. The back, 4 times sharper than full HD. The greatest fairy tale never told, with your barcode peeking out there with Lord Farquaad, Shrek, Fiona, Gingerbread Man, Pinocchio, and Donkey. You've got a blurb about the movie, 4K breakdown, how to watch it, bonus features, Blu-ray tech specs, digital code works with movies anywhere, blah, 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 blah. We all know about this. We all know about all that. Take that off, and then, oh, there it is over there. I forgot I was showing this and not that. Same poster on the inside, same spine, pretty much the same back, except the pyramid has been removed. It now just has the Gingerbread Man and Pinocchio there to make room for legalese and cast members. And we open it up. There's your 4K, squished up version of the poster art. Your Blu-ray and your bonus features discs are pretty much the exact same. It's that stock standard universal layout, except now they're colored green. So that wraps up your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alright folks, here you are for your menu tour of Shrek. We're starting off with the Blu-ray. So we've got play, settings, scenes and extras with scenes from the movie playing in the background. Settings for audio, we have an English 7.1 Dolby True HD mix. We have a French 5.1 mix, Spanish 5.1 mix, Portuguese 5.1 mix, a descriptive English audio track as well as the filmmaker's commentary. And we also have English, English SDH, French, Spanish, and Portuguese for your subtitle options. For scenes, each of them have a number and a little screenshot to accompany them, and we have 20 of them, 19 if you don't count the credits. And for extras, we have Blu-ray exclusives. We have the Animator's Corner and Shrek's Interactive Journey, I. I don't know what that is. Does that have one or an I? Not quite sure. For special features, we have a spotlight on Donkey, Secrets of Shrek, deleted scenes, and the filmmaker's commentary once again. Shrek Rattle and Roll. We have Shrek in the Swamp Karaoke Dance Party. We've got a music video for the best years of our lives. Smash Mouth's I'm a Believer, I couldn't leave her if I tried. Shrek the musical What's Up Duloc. DreamWorks animation video jukebox as well. For previews, it doesn't have another option on there. I assume it's just the trailers that play at the beginning of this Blu-ray. There's a trailer for Megamind on here, which I forget actually is a DreamWorks movie. Alright, now here we are for the bonus disc here. This has a different menu. It's got the box art from that Shrek Ultimate Collection set, which is pretty cool. And I think actually this might be the bonus disc that was included in that set, because it has a lot of the stuff that's included on it. We have Shrek's short films, Shrek's holiday favorites, Shrek's Halloween favorites, the Adventures of Puss in Boots TV episodes, and setup. So let's take a look at Shrek's short films here. What do we have? Shrek in the Swamp, Karaoke Party, Far, Far Away Idol, and Puss in Boots the Three Diablos. As far as Shrek's Halloween favorites go, we have The Ghost of Lord Farquaad, Scared Shrekless, Thriller Night, and The Pig Who Cried Werewolf. And now for Shrek's holiday favorites, Shrek the Halls. Now, I watched that one a lot when I was a kid. That one I remember being pretty good. Donkey's Caroling Christmas-tacular, and Shrek's Yule Log. The Adventures of Puss in Boots TV episodes. We have Episode 1, Hidden, 2, Sphinx, 3, Brothers, 4, Duchess, and 5, Adventure. So remember earlier when I said in the history section I didn't know which episodes were on that bonus disc? I think it was these right here. I think this was just repacked from that set, which is cool that it's out there now. You get, stuff like Shrek the Halls on Blu-ray, which I don't think got a standard Blu-ray, actually. I had it on DVD. And then for setup, all we have are subtitles. We have English and French. No audio options here for any of these. This is a really cool addition. I'm glad that they brought this back. Alright, now here we are for our last disc here. It's the 4K copy. This menu style should look familiar to you because Jaws on 4K had this very same menu style. So if you have that, or if you watched that supplemental, this should look familiar to you. So we've got the new artwork of Shrek and Donkey over here with our options below it, and then over here is our bonus content, which is interesting. Let's scroll over and take a look at it here. It seems like there is pretty much the same content that's on the Blu-ray. So we have Shrek's interactive journey, spotlight on Donkey, Secrets of Shrek, deleted scenes, Shrek in the Swamp Karaoke Dance Party, the music video for the best years of our lives. Same thing for I'm a Believer, What's Up Duloc, as well as the commentary. Take a look at the chapters here. I'm pretty sure they're all the same as on the Blu-ray. Oh, and look, they change when you scroll down. That's cool. Still 20 scenes, 19 if you don't count credits. And then for setup, we have a DTS-X mix for English. No Dolby Atmos, but that's fine. French 5.1 and Spanish 5.1. The Portuguese audio track does not show up on the 4K. That's interesting. And then another option to select the feature commentary with your directors and producers and all that stuff. For subtitles, down here at the bottom, we have English, Spanish, and French. Again, no Portuguese. Unfortunately, if you speak that language or you just enjoy it for some reason, but you don't know what it means, you can't watch it in 4K. I just think it's interesting that the bonus content is always playing on this menu, regardless of where your little cursor down here is. Like, if I go to setup, and I move away from it like this, see, watch. I'll move back down to setup. Bink. And then the bonus content shows back up. I don't know why that's a thing. I think I was questioning that on Jaws as well, but that's universal for you, I guess. So that wraps up your menu tour. Let's head on back and answer the 5 main questions, as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? It's hard to say, because in my area, I haven't seen the Shrek 4K on store shelves since it first came out, but recently I've seen that Ultimate Shrek collection set. The one with all of the movies and all the shorts and all that. As recently as just a couple of months ago, I had been seeing that on store shelves. So you might be able to find it on store shelves in your area. I don't know if it's anything like mine, you might be able to, but your best bet is online. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? I can't say yes to this in good conscience, because the last print was in 2021. Number 3, should you pick this product up? The word I would use to describe Shrek is subversive. Because this is one of the first, mainstream animated films to take people's expectations and completely subvert them. Shrek's entire gimmick is the fact that this is the greatest fairy tale that's never been told. It takes the whole genre of fairy tales and turns it on its head, making who would normally be the villain the good guy. The ogre's the big scary monster. We see this story play out from his point of view. He's the hero. That's genius, in my opinion. I'm surprised nobody had thought of this beforehand. Even the way this movie opens up is brilliant. It starts with Shrek reading that storybook about Fiona, and then it ends off with, yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. Oh, what a loadout. And then you hear the toilet flush, and then somebody once told me, it's a gut punch if you had no idea what this movie was gonna be going into it. You're thinking, holy crap, what is this? What is this movie? And it goes into this montage of this giant green ogre man just bathing in filth and brushing his teeth with slime. It's amazing how this movie opens up. It immediately sets the tone. And Mike Myers is fantastic as Shrek. I love the touch of the Scottish accent. I don't think this movie would have worked nearly as well if Mike Myers hadn't played this role. It was originally going to be Chris Farley in the role of Shrek. Now, I like me some Chris Farley, but I just don't see him working as well in this very stylized fairy tale world. I just think that Myers is more Scottish, very annoyed style of performance works better for this world that the creators had crafted, and they recognized that. But Mike Myers does a fantastic job as Shrek. He's both annoyed at everything that's around him. Shrek just wants to be left alone. However, in the more emotional scenes, Myers can bring out a really compelling performance to make you feel for Shrek. I love this character and what Myers does with him. Same thing with Eddie Murphy and Donkey. Everybody always talks about how fantastic Murphy is in this role, and I don't disagree. He's amazing here. He is the comic relief, but even he gets an arc. He learns to love when he meets the dragon. It's weird later on when they have weird hybrid dragon babies, but it's kind of sweet. Donkey learns how to love just like Shrek does. It's kind of cute. And Murphy and Myers have fantastic chemistry. I love the road trip aspect of this movie. Just two buds going off on a road trip together. It's going to be great. It's a lot of fun. The road trip portion is. And that relationship between Donkey and Shrek is what makes this movie just so good. Yeah, it was already good because it was parroting stuff from classic fairy tales and classic animated movies, but having two main characters that are so compelling and you actually like seeing together, that's what makes Shrek so good to me. But we can't forget about Princess Fiona and how great Cameron Diaz is in that role. Again, another subverting of expectations. They make the princess ugly. Well, by societal standards. I never thought she was too ugly when she was an ogre, but they make her less attractive. She's not what you would normally see a beautiful princess being. She's an ogre, and she wants to try to hide that. But the character of Fiona is amazing too. She's a great parody. She is a great parody of the Matrix in the scene where she meets Robin Hood and his merry men. When the camera spins around and she yawns and she kicks those two dudes in the face. That was a great scene, by the way. And I like how natural this love story feels. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like Shrek and Fiona are naturally falling in love with each other as Fiona grows more comfortable with Shrek and actually starts to show a little bit more of her, let's say, gross side. She burps like Shrek does. She blows up animals and makes them into balloons. These two were literally made for each other. And I feel satisfied when I see them kiss. The end. It totally makes sense that in a fairy tale world, these two would end up married after just a few hours of dating. Can we talk about how Shrek really doesn't have a villain? This is something that I noticed when I was watching it this last time for this review. Yeah, Lord Farquaad is there, but is he really the bad guy? Like, sure, he wants Fiona so he can be a king, but is he really that bad? I mean, he wants to free Fiona from her imprisonment, and all he wants to do is marry her. I mean, he's really not a terrible person. Yeah, he's imprisoning fairy tale creatures and moving them onto private citizens' land, which, yeah, that's kind of terrible. Breaking off gingerbread man's legs and keeping him prisoner, yeah, that's a little bit bad. But, like, he's not really an active character throughout this movie. Shrek is even working for him throughout the majority of it. It's only at the end when Shrek realizes, oh shoot, I probably shouldn't be working for this guy. I don't know, I just thought that was an interesting observation. The quote-unquote villain is more or less the scenario that Shrek finds himself in as he's going to rescue Fiona. And I like John Lithgow as Lord Farquaad. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know it was John Lithgow until this watching. I had seen Shrek in childhood, and obviously I didn't know who he was. I actually just watched it a few years ago in a class in high school, and even then I didn't realize that it was Lithgow. But now, after seeing him in the Planet of the Apes reboot from 2011, and then Daddy's Home 2, where he plays Will Ferrell's dad, his voice is very recognizable, and I like him in this role. He's quite humorous. That's another thing that's great about Shrek. The humor. It's timeless, almost. There's not a lot about it that's aged. It's normally just witty dialogue, a few pop culture references here and there, but for the most part, this humor feels like it could last for another, 20 years. And the animation is really good. For 2001 standards, this animation looks fantastic. I would even, for an animation studio's first film, this looks better than Toy Story. That's not to say that Shrek is a better movie than Toy Story. That's an argument to be made in another video. Visually, however, this movie does look better than Toy Story. These environments are more engaging. This visual humor is great. The character designs are fun. I can't really think of any, negatives I have about Shrek. There's just... This movie, to me, is just a really fun time. It's satisfying. I keep coming back to that word for a lot of movies in this animated season of home media reviews, but Shrek to me is just a really satisfying story. It's 90 minutes and you feel like you've gone through a journey with these characters. You don't have to sit and wait for 3.5 hours to feel like you've been through a long journey with Shrek and his friends. Here, it's just 90 minutes and boom, you're done. It's like, wow, that was actually really fun. I had a good time watching it. I didn't get bored. The pacing was very well done. It subverted my expectations because I thought it was going to be a fairy tale, but it turns out it's a more raunchy fairy tale type story. I think it's great how they literally say jackass in this movie, because that's what donkey is. That's another name for a donkey, is a jackass. I love how Shrek says it. Also, that joke in Duloc where they almost say ass, but they don't. They stop themselves. Shine your shoes, wipe your face. Duloc is a perfect place. Wow. Let's do that again. No. No. I love the environment that the movie takes place in. It's like kind of modern, but also has some fairy tale touches. Like that scene when Shrek and Donkey first get to Duloc. They're walking up to a castle, but they're going through turnstiles and walking through like velvet rope lines. One of the funniest jokes in the movie is when that guy in that giant Lord Farquaad head is running through those velvet ropes and he just keeps turning to go through the ropes. He doesn't just walk through it. Shrek, however, does walk through it, which is, I think, a visual metaphor for what Shrek was looking to accomplish. Those velvet ropes represent the classic fairy tale and how you're supposed to tell your fairy tale story, and then Shrek just comes through and just barges right through it, like, screw it, we're doing our own thing. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like this first Shrek movie, and a lot of people say that Shrek 2 is better. I haven't seen Shrek 2 in a long time. I might actually watch it again after this one, but I really like this first movie. It's a lot of fun. The characters are great. Humor is very, very funny. The vocal performances are really great. The animation is superb. It doesn't feel like it's aged a day. And I absolutely recommend that you see it. I think Shrek is a timeless classic, and I think anybody should see it if you're a fan of animated movies. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answer as number 1, online, really. And number 5, what price should you pay? Well, after looking at the 4K, because this 4K transfer, I mean, it's okay. It's not great. There's really not much of an upgrade over the standard Blu-ray, but I don't know if the Blu-ray version of this 20th anniversary edition set comes with that bonus disc. Like, that bonus disc alone is worth picking up that 4K copy. That's a cool thing that they threw in there from that Ultimate Shrek Collection box set thing. So I would recommend that you get the 4K copy. I think it's going for like, I don't know, $15, $20. I think I got mine for $12.99 from Game Exchange. However, if the standard Blu-ray has that bonus disc, then you'd probably be paying just a little bit under what you'd be paying for the 4K. So I would get that version if it does have that disc. As far as any of the other versions, I don't know if you like the sequels, you could get some of those boxed sets. I don't know how much they're going for, to be honest. I didn't do a lot of research on that front. But I'd say if you want like just a standard Blu-ray just by itself, probably like 10 to 15 for it. I don't think it's sold well, maybe, if you're looking for the original Blu-ray. But they keep putting the Blu-rays out every couple of years, so maybe 5 to 10 for it. So folks, that wraps up the home media review for Shrek. I would just like to say I am sorry that this didn't come out last week like it was scheduled to. It was supposed to. If you watched my anniversary video, you would know that Hope's grandmother recently passed away, and I had zero time to get this Shrek video finished because that anniversary video was a bitch. Something was wrong with the music video portion, and Camtasia was not giving me any hints as to what it was. I rendered that thing probably 10 to 12 times to get the version that's out there right now for you all to see. So I had no time to finish this, so now it's coming to you all this week. So again, I apologize for that. What is the next movie we're going to be covering on home media reviews? We're getting close to the end of this season, guys. Do you feel like this has been a satisfying endeavor so far? I think so. I got to share my love for the Clone Wars movie, which is surprising that I actually like that thing. And I got to talk about Lego Batman. That was fun. And shoot, I got to gush about Toy Story for almost an hour and a half. But we're not done yet, folks. We got a couple more movies to cover here. Our next movie is one that I don't think a lot of you all guessed. I'm sure that you all had your theories about what movies that I was going to be covering for this season, but I don't think any of you all are gonna expect this one. This is a movie that I saw in theaters, and I liked it fine. I thought it was good, but in the last couple of years, there's been a resurgence of love for this movie. It's got a couple of sequels. It's got a spin-off show or two, I think. But people say that this first movie is actually pretty good. Again, I haven't seen this movie since theaters, so you all are gonna be getting my fresh perspective on Hotel Transylvania in 2 weeks. Next week is July 4th, a very, very important day in the history of the founding of our great nation, and it's also my birthday, so I don't want to upload because I want to be lazy. Next time I come to you all through the power of this Samsung Galaxy S6 that I'm talking into right now, I will be 23 years old. That's crazy to me. How am I this old? I don't get it. I want to go back to being 16 and like not having to worry about taxes and death. Let's save the existential crisis for next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.